All right, everybody, what is going on? We're taking a look here at the EZA GT Super Saiyan Vegeta and Goku right here. So these guys came out during Golden Week of 2021. Is that right? I think that's right. Pretty sure, because these guys came out during, like, so the 6th anniversary happened. So that was technically the start of the 7th year of Dokkan. But anyway, these guys came out during Golden Week after the 6th anniversary. So they're both pretty good. Their EZA made them better, obviously. So Vegeta has always been the more defensive character. It's true after his EZA as well. He's guarding. He gets damage reduction per orb. They both do multiple super attacks. Vegeta gets more attack with, like, Super Saiyan, or not Super Saiyan. He gets more attack with Grade 8 power or GT Hero category allies on rotation, and Goku gets more damage reduction and defense with GT Hero or Giant 8 power characters on rotation. But overall, Vegeta does end up being the more defensive one because he's guarding with damage reduction. Goku ends up generally having more damage reduction, but he's not guarding, so Vegeta ends up just kind of edging him out there. Let's just go ahead and start right here. We'll put the LR Super Saiyan 4s in slot 1. As you guys can see, we have a ton of orbs thanks to the GT Super Saiyans right here. Let's go ahead and grab those. I don't know if we're going to be able to see both super attack here, but I'll just try to get as many orbs as I can. I think 7 is going to be the most common amount that you see. Now, the way these guys work is you won't see their stats increase whenever you collect their orbs like a normal nuking character. These guys actually get their nuking buff when attacking, so it's multiplicative. So we got 7 orbs right there, so that's going to be a 210% defense buff right here. So you would just take that 381k that you see at the start of turn right here, and you would multiply that by 3.1. So like 381, you guys can't see this, 814 multiplied by 3.1. So he's gonna be at about 1.1 million defense whenever he attacks. And then he also gets 50% per super attack. And so after just one super, I mean, he's going to be at 1.7 million defense with guard and 21% damage reduction. And he's got, you know, at least 2 more super attacks coming because, as you guys can see, he does launch an additional super attack on his first turn right here. And then he does launch an additional super attack with 5 or more key spheres obtained. So, you know, we're doing at least a triple super attack right here. We've got 5 out of 7 links activated. Goku's basically doing the same thing. You can see he's at 502k defense, so a little bit higher at the start of turn. But he only gets 20% per orb right here. So we're going to be able to collect 7 again. So whereas Vegeta got 210% multiplicative from his orbs, Goku's only getting 140% right here. But it's still a good amount. Let's go ahead and grab him right here. He's also going to be doing a lot of supers as well. So we'll see how this goes. Real quick, I'm going to resync the audio. Just let me do this. It's going to be muted for just a second. That way you guys don't hear crackling. Okay, here we go, and it's back on. So let's see what they do right here. Hopefully the LR Super Saiyan 4s don't just go hog wild and take these guys out right here. Remember that this is Goku and Vegeta right here without support. So whatever they're doing on this rotation is just raw them. I mean, like the GT Super Saiyan 4s right here aren't supporting. This is turn 1. We don't have any like multiplicative buffs up or anything like that. So we'll see what they're doing right here. I think it's going to be pretty good. You know, we're going to do a lot of super attacks on this turn, which is really nice. Just in that, like, we're going to get built up with, like, the Super Saiyan 4s. The GT Super Saiyans don't build up at all, but, you know, more damage is more damage, which is generally good, so. By the way, Goku gets crit chance per orb, and Vegeta becomes super effective against all types. I forget the exact condition for that, but Vegeta did not really get guaranteed. Well, Goku didn't get guaranteed crits either, I don't think, but generally Goku's going to be the one doing more damage, I guess, is really what I'm trying to get out of that. So Vegeta's at a 20 million right here, and again, we have at least 2 more incoming right here. So here he is again, right around that 20 million range, and then he's got, like I said, 1 more coming in after this. Okay, so 22.7, and then he could do 1 more after this as well from the hidden potential system. My Vegeta is built mostly additional and dodge. I didn't really give him any crit. Okay, there we go. That's the hidden potential right there. So we got a full quad super turn. Again, he doesn't build up. He doesn't stack. He doesn't do anything like that. It is making him more defensive, but these guys just kind of do what they do. They make for really nice floaters. And here's Goku at 18.5. Not too bad. Kind of odd that Vegeta's doing more damage, but Goku's got more crits, so he's going to end up probably doing more damage just overall. And then, yeah, now he's up to a 19. Pretty good. I'm thinking about taking this Goku into the nuking event while we're just kind of doing the showcase, just to kind of show him off there. I'm sure there's still people that haven't, you know, completely cleared the nuking event. So we might take him again into there against the punching bags and see how he does. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut, and we will be right back. All right, so we're back on rotation right here, and I think I'll leave this Vegeta on rotation with the Grade 8 Vegeta. Now, if you guys remember back whenever these guys came out, their active skill condition was terrible because they didn't have built-in additionals or anything like that, and you had to do 4 super attacks. So the earliest you could ever get this was turn 5, at the earliest, and then by the time you did ever get it, which back then was just impossible, this thing did no damage at all. Their active skill right here actually did get a buff. They added this line down here at the bottom in the active skill of attack plus 350% when performing it. So it's not the greatest buff ever. This guy's not hitting, like, you know, super hard, but it does do decent damage now. It's not like, you know, it's obviously not going to be like this guy's super attack or like his active skill, right? But it does do what I would call like respectable damage. It's not, again, the most ever, but regardless, we have a pretty good link set right here. Again, not the best. Super Saiyan Royal Lineage GT. GT being, like, overall is most important. You know, 10% attack and defense right here. I'm going to keep him next to this Vegeta right here. We're going to keep this guy in slot 1, and I'm going to float off this LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. We'll get them on the other rotation. Looks like 7 orbs is what we'll be able to get again right there. So just as a reminder of what this guy is doing, I know I just had it up on screen, but 5 super attacks is what you need to get this guaranteed additional, which is going to be really, really nice. 3% damage reduction per key sphere. So he's getting a 30% chance to crit from this rotation because we do have 2 Giant 8 power rotation characters. But, you know, that's kind of all he's doing now. I mean, he is guarding. So he's guarding. He's going to do an additional super. He's got a 60% chance to crit. 21% damage reduction. His defense is going to be really good on this turn. He's Rainbow Orb changing. Like, these guys are just really consistent, good, easy-to-run characters. I mean, they're not stacking. You know, one day they'll be power crept just because they do have stats. That's all they have. You know, the day that they stop being able to eat a super attack or something after they attack, well, not a super attack, but the day they stop being able to eat attacks after they attack, that's whenever you're not going to be able to run these guys anymore just because they can't handle the pressure. But so long as they're safe, you know, after they attack, these guys are going to be able to run as like a slot 3 floater on several teams. They're on a lot of teams, you know, like Super Saiyans, Pure Saiyans, GT Heroes, Giant 8 Power. Like, they're on a lot of different categories, and they're going to be huge buffs to them. So, again, here, and they just shoot out like this nice 20 million attack stat. Again, we have a guaranteed additional incoming. So there's 1. Here's 2. This is guaranteed because we got, what, 5 key spheres? And then we could do 1 more from the hidden potential system. These guys can only quad super on their first turn. All right, we didn't get the hidden potential at all right there. That's kind of unfortunate. But still, I mean, like, his defense right there is probably close to about 2 million. He's guarding 21% damage reduction. Like, you can't really ask much more than that. Plus, he's Rainbow Orb changing, which is kind of like supporting, right? So I think he's great. I think this Goku and this Vegeta are really good. I'm not going to cut or anything right here because we should have the Super Saiyan Goku on the other rotation now. We'll be able to get a really good rotation with him because we have the Great Ape Goku. We'll have him on rotation giving support. So let's go ahead. We'll go over there and let's just see how we're doing. We're up against Kefla right here. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be really good for Goku right here. Because we have this guy. So this guy, if you guys don't remember, this Heroes unit, you know, super full limit break, super power, ultra Giga Chad Vegito. Wait, I thought he was giving support. I guess he's not giving support. Maybe I'm a liar. All right, no, it's the physical one that gives support. This guy doesn't give support. That's kind of weird. Why didn't they give him support? Okay, well, never mind. I thought he was supporting, but he's not. We do have 5 out of 7 links activated right here. The only one that really matters is Saiyan Lineage. We don't have this one activated, but it's just going to be hard to get that one activated in general. Goku's at 552k defense. Again, that's really good. Let's go ahead and grab these orbs right there for Goku. He should be fine in slot 1. He is still guarding and dodging and everything good like that. We can get, it looks like, 8 orbs right here, so let's go ahead and grab them. So Goku's going to be great after he super attacks right here. Again, he gets 20% per orb, so he gets 160%. So you would take that 552, 581 and multiply it by 2.6. So he's going to be over 1,000,000 defense, and then that's before he even factors in his 50% damage reduction, or 50% on his super attack effect, which he's doing 2 guaranteed super attacks because we've got 5 key spheres. Super effective against all types right here. He's got damage reduction. He gets 10% crit chance per orb, so we have an 80% chance to crit here. Like, yeah, he's pretty good. Again, both of these guys I just built with dodge and additional. I think that's the only thing that really matters for both of them. I don't really see a need to give them anything other than that. Let me know how you guys built these guys, but I don't see the need to put crit on them at all. I mean, they have so much crit built into their passive, especially Goku, that I don't see crit as a necessary feature for these characters. So 21 million is what Goku gets up to. It seems like, at least on these teams, I mean, Vegeta's just outright better, right? Like, he's hitting more consistently higher numbers. I guess he's not critting as often, but he is still critting quite a bit. Like, he has a 60% chance to crit baseline. You know, that's only 20% less than what Goku's got right here. So, you know, this should be double digits. I would be surprised if we took any damage from this right here. Kefla does hit decently hard, I think. But I don't anticipate this being, yeah, I mean, double digits. We have 40% damage reduction, plus he double supered, so that's great. Looking really, really good right here. Very impressed. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I don't really know how much more footage we need. I'll just keep going in this event until either I get bored or we die, whichever happens first. But I think we've seen all we needed to see. I don't know what more we need to do with them. Like, you kind of just see it, right? Like, they're just good. They're great characters. No complaints. Like, no real. I guess their only weakness would be if there was a really hard-hitting AOE boss. That would definitely slow them down, depending on what typing the boss was, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and pop the Great Ape Goku right here. I'll skip it, that way you guys don't have to watch it, but I'm going to go ahead and pop this right here, and we'll come back and we'll get this guy with his massive, crazy support out. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we got the certified Aura Farmer out right here. Yeah, there we go. Very, very nice, very nice, very nice. I am tempted to put this guy... Nah, that's too many attacks. I would put... What are these orbs? What is this? Huh. Okay, I guess we'll do this right here. This is what we'll do. So let me grab that. I could use the active skill here just to get it in the video. You know what? Let's do it. This is a good time to show this. Let's play the active skill here. This is going to hit decently hard. I don't think it'll KO Kefla, but it'll let me show something cool about this character that I don't think a lot of people know. So let's go ahead and play this here.
Take this, my new finishing move! Final Shine Attack!
See, it does like okay damage, but it's not the craziest ever. What is cool about this is what it does. So, do you guys remember whenever I was talking about how these guys get their defense on super attack, or like they get their defense when attacking, right here? Using the active skill, like, shadow triggers this. Even though we haven't collected orbs, as soon as we collect orbs, our defense is going to go up from 458, 178. We're going to get 10 orbs right here. So what is that? He gets 30% per orb? Yeah, 30% per orb. So we are at, let me just kind of do the math here. We're at 458, 178. We're going to get 10 orbs. So that's going to be a total boost of 300%. So I'm going to multiply this by 4. We're actually going to see Vegeta's defense jump up to 1.832 right here as soon as I collect these. Check this out. Notice how we just got gigantic healing from that? It's because of the active skill. Look at that, 1.832. Using the active skill, it triggers the parts in your passive that activate when attacking. So even though we hadn't collected the orbs yet, it was still ready to trigger that buff that we get per orb. And so that's why we're able to see the 1.832 active right here. And just as a reminder, Vegeta gets another 50% per super attack every single time that he super attacks right here. So he's getting another 916k per super attack. Minimum, if we get both super attacks off, we're going to be at 3.66 million defense with guard and 30% damage reduction right here. Actually, 40% damage reduction because we're getting 10% damage reduction support from the Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the end right here. So if that's not impressive, I don't really know what is, right? So that's good. That's obviously very, very good. And it does kind of give him a little bit of slot 1 viability, right? Like 1.88 million defense with 40% damage reduction in guard. Obviously, it'd only be 30% damage reduction if Super Saiyan 4 Goku wasn't here, but still, like, that's still good, right? It's not tanking everything in the game, but in a pinch, if you needed to put this guy in slot 1, it's like, okay, we can pop his active skill. There's a lot of orbs in slot 1, and we'll be able to kind of sit him there comfortably, so... Like, is it tanking Goku and Frieza? No, I don't think so. But, well, maybe it is. I don't know. I'd have to do the math on it. But still, it's good, right? Like, that's just a nice little featurette to have. What do I want to do here? I do want to use the Super Saiyan Great Ape active skill. Again, let me use that. I just need to decide what I want my rotations to be. I mean, I think I probably want to keep it like this with these guys in slot 1. And then float this guy. So I think I will do that. Again, let me go ahead and pop this. We'll cut, and we will be right back. Alright, we got us a second Aura Farmer right here. I just decided to leave the rotations like this. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. Part of me does want to use the active skill here, even though we won't KO. Let's not do it. Okay, let's grab all of these right there. We'll keep them in base. They're going to be fine. Not worried about them at all. Like, even if Jiren tries to do shenanigans, it's going to be okay. So 8 orbs right there. We're type advantage. We've got 50% damage reduction because this guy's already, you know, he's supporting now. And we're at 572k defense right here. Remember that we don't have the Super Saiyan 4 Goku 2-turn support up right here from the other Super Saiyan 4 Goku because the GT Vegeta KO'd Kefla, so... we just have his normal 70%, which, I mean, is still a lot. 70% support and 10% damage reduction, so... Just keep that in mind. We have a lot of links activated right here. Again, GT, Super Saiyan, prepared for battle. Like, we got some good links activated. I think Kamehameha is activated, so... Should be pretty good. We're going to do quite a bit of damage to this Int Jiren. You know, this is... People are saying... well, they were saying that this was the hardest fight in the game prior to... the new Goku and Vegeta fights that dropped at the end of these red zones. I never really thought this one was quite as annoying as people thought it was. Now, it's, of course, right? I'm coming in here with, like, the most stacked teams ever. But still, I mean... Like, these guys don't put the pressure on us like other top fights and celebrations have. Like, which is fine. You know, I don't like it whenever we get a new fight and then just every character they release during the celebration is terrible. Like, the characters that they release in the celebration should be able to compete in every fight that they release. You know, you think back to the worldwide celebration with Fusion Zamasu, right? It's like they released a bunch of pretty decent characters. You know, Tech Trunks was, like, okay. The AGL Zamasu was pretty good. AGL Blue Goku and Vegeta sucked. I don't care what anyone says. On release, they were ass. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You're arguing. You're saying, no, on release, they were good. They had a 50% chance to die in slot 1. They couldn't even tank Int Fusion Zamasu in his base form. They couldn't do that. If they got hit, they died. Okay, listen, I don't want to hear it, all right? Who else came out during that celebration? But, like, the EZAs were bad. We got those sub-EZAs that were not good. Like, half the characters were dodge or die. And then, like, you had, like, Int Mai, who only got her dodge, I think, after she attacked. So, like, the AoE just tore her up. Like, that was super not fun. And then you had, like, the 7th Anniversary Red Zone. And during the 7th Anniversary Red Zone, like, the AoE Broly tore everyone up in, like, his no-dodging phases. Like, at the end, you got to the AGL Broly, and it was like, well, we lost. Hope you guys had fun. I'm gonna use an item here. Just so that we can get this guy not locked in slot 1. This isn't about, like, winning. This is about showcasing the character, right? Like, we don't need to just be like, well, look at that. This is the bad situation. Hope we can get good footage for our character. What I will do, though, is go ahead and pop the Vegito active skill. That way he's a little bit stronger against these AoEs right here. I will go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's grab those. That should keep us all of these int key spheres. We can get a pretty good chunk. Oh, perfect. 13 key spheres right here. That's really, really good. That's going to be basically, what, like 40% damage reduction? So, like 39%. Not too bad. Yeah, 39% damage reduction with 500k defense right here. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. We should be fine from these AoEs. Remember, he is guarding with, like I said, 49% damage reduction. So, pretty not bad. Oh, that's a good dodge. And, oh, he actually does take damage there. Wow. Are we going to die? Here I was disrespecting this Jiren boss. I think we're dead. Isn't there a second AoE coming in? Yeah, there's another AoE. We're dead. Unless we dodge it, we are dying right here. Wow. Okay. Dodge it? No, we die. Okay. Here I was disrespecting Jiren, but like I said, the video ends whenever we die. I mean, we got good footage. That was good to see, I guess. I am a little surprised that Vegeta died right there. Again, 500k defense. How hard is that Jiren hitting on his AoE? Like, how... Do we know how hard that hits? That's Goku Story Red Zone, right? Universal Survival Saga. Int Jiren. I mean... He gets a 50% attack buff. I mean, is he hitting for 2.1 right there? Let me see if I can kind of back into that math real quick. Never mind. I was going to do it, but then I realized it's the damage reduction. That was not active right here. I should have saved the active skill. So we'll say Jiren was doing 2.1. Let's see if we can kind of calculate this together, guys, okay? I'll zoom in here so you guys can actually see what's going on. So 2100. Oops. Okay, he was about, like, what? Like 550? Something like that. Again, no damage reduction. We had guard activated. The attacker type doesn't matter because we had guard. Huh. How hard was that AoE hitting? Because we only had 550. So... I'm just going to kind of, like, work down into this here. I know this is, like, riveting, right? Everybody's super excited. It's got to be, like, 1-1. Yeah, somewhere in there. Somewhere between 1.1 and 1.2. Roughly. Yeah, somewhere in between there is what this guy was hitting on his AoE. So, good to know. But yeah, it's definitely because we didn't have the damage reduction activated. At least I'm pretty sure. Like, if I put 39 in here, what does that get us to? Yeah, because this is what I would expect it to be at. Like, I don't think this is actually his AoE damage. I don't know why it doesn't show his AoE damage here. But I don't think this is actually... I don't think that's actually it. But yeah, that 39% damage reduction, I don't think that activates until we actually attack. So that's why we were getting kind of blown up there. And again, this doesn't matter. Like, you guys can see, because we're guarding, it basically just negates what this is doing right here. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Huh. I am flabbergasted. I did not expect him to take damage there. That is very surprising. Okay, well, that sucks, but that's where we're going to end the showcase. Let me know what you guys are thinking about GT, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Goku. So I guess that's where they can get caught, right? Is AoE bosses can still kind of do a little bit of damage to them. If I had remembered that, what I could have done is just saved his active skill until that moment. That would have been the time to really use this guy's active skills strategically, just like I did with the full power Vegito. So that's, honestly, it's really more of a misplay on my part, but it is still good footage to get in the showcase. So let me know what you guys are thinking about this guy right here. Let me know what you're thinking about Goku. Thank you guys all so much for watching. And again, I guess that is kind of an advantage that Goku has, is that Goku just has his damage reduction, for having the allies on rotation. He doesn't actually have to attack to get his. They just have to be there on the same turn. So he would have his at the start of turn, whereas Vegeta doesn't get his until he attacks. So that is kind of a start of turn defensive advantage that Goku has over Vegeta. Mostly I'm just sad that we didn't get this guy's active skill in the video. I'll get it and I'll post a short of it sometime on the channel, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Thank you guys again all for watching, really appreciate it. Catch you all next time.